Welcome to today's yoga practice. We'll begin today sitting on our bottom, laying down in the supine position. I will use my blocks, but you are more than welcome to grab 2 towel rolls, pillows from your couch, or if you do have props, go ahead and get those. You can start by rolling down all the way, bringing the bottoms of your feet together and place the blocks underneath the thighs. I like to put them on an angle. Close your eyes. Place your hands on your belly, bringing the index fingers to touch and the thumbs to touch. Laying the palms flat over the navel, elbows touching the ground, shoulders resting on the earth. Take a breath in through your nose. Sigh out through the mouth. Give yourself a few moments here to settle into your practice. As you feel your body starting to settle down, your mind slowing down from your busy day, feel your eyes resting. Let them look towards the center of the chest. We'll stay here for a few more breaths, and as you do this, try and relax the hip creases deep in the hip sockets. Place the tongue on the roof of the mouth and begin your Ujjayi breathing. Focusing on a focal point. We'll bring in a drishti, a focal point, into our practice today, helping you shift away from the busy monkey mind and training the mind to be more focused and concentrated. You can start to lift the hands and make some circles into the wrists clockwise. One breath at a time. And start the opposite direction. And release the blocks. Bring the hands to the outsides of the knees. Move the knees together and bring the knees up into the chest. Slide the hands right underneath the kneecaps. Start to move the knees away from each other in small circles. Each time you make a circle, let the movement get a little larger, moving the knees further and further away from each other. Let's go the opposite direction, starting off in that large movement, and then letting the movement get smaller and smaller. You can start to rock forwards and back on the spine if that's okay for your body. If it's not, then roll to one side and come all the way up into the sitting bones. You can come up onto your hands and your knees, and we'll move into table position. Up, go right into your downward facing dog. And if you decide that it's too much for your practice today, then move into child's pose. Pedal the legs down a little bit, start to feel the calves and the hamstrings, your hips. Little bend in the knees, lift up through the sitting bones. Today we will move through spinal flexion and extension here in down dog. Rise up onto your toes and roll from the tailbone. So tuck the tailbone, go from the low back to the middle back to the upper back into plank pose. And on the exhale, bend your knees, lift through the sit bones and all the way back to down dog. Inhale, rise to your toes. Ripple forwards, extend the spine, bend the knees, lift through the sit bones, draw the navel in. Inhaling up, Again, if this is too intense, you go into your table pose and move through cow and cat pose. Take a couple of breaths there. Breathe out through the mouth. Feel your eyes looking right between the feet, towards the ground behind you. And then let the knees float down to the earth. Move the hands right underneath the shoulders, and if that starts to hurt your hands, you can make fists at any point, balancing, or hands flat. We'll start with the right leg behind. Begin to draw the navel in and press the right foot back behind you, and then lift it up off the ground, bending the leg. Lift up from the bottom of the foot towards the ceiling or the sky. And as you do that, exhale and bring the knee back down. Inhale, press from the bottom of the foot up, squeezing the glute and the hamstring. Exhale, draw it back in. Watch that the back doesn't arch. And as you do this, try to keep the sacrum nice and level. So you can imagine your favorite beverage on your sacrum, making sure that it never spills. 2 more cycles. Inhale, exhale. Now here, hold it up and see if you can take a few pulses with your breath. Try and stay connected to the breath through the practice. From here, we'll stretch the leg behind. Step it over the left calf, look over your left shoulder, and stretch the right side of the body. Take a couple of breaths here, and then we will step the right foot forwards to the outside of the right hand. Place the hands on the inside of the right foot, reach the chest forwards, lengthen the back of the neck, press down into the right foot just as much as you're pressing into the left foot. And from here, we'll lift up off of the left knee. A few breath cycles to open up the hip flexors. The hips. And then the right foot will press back to downward facing dog, up to the sky. Exhale, release it down onto the ground. Inhale, come forwards onto hands and knees. Moving to the second side, stretch the left leg back. Go ahead and bend the leg. Foot is flexed. Lift from the bottom of the foot and from the glute and the hamstring. Exhale all the way down. Soften through the elbows. Inhale up. Exhale. Breathe in. From here, see if you can do your pulses once again. I know it gets a bit intense. This is where your focal point becomes your tool. Focus on your breath, the spaces between the breath. Feel the earth beneath you, grounding you. One last time. Then stretch the leg out, cross it over the right leg, and we'll look over the right shoulder. You can even rock forwards and back a few times. Draw the belly in and try not to swing the leg. Exhale, step the left foot forwards on the outside of the hands. Reach the chest forwards. Look down at your left foot and try to ground on the inside and the outside edge of the foot. And if you'd like, lift up off the back knee. As you do this, press through your right heel and press your left shin forwards, lengthening the spine. Breathe into the sides of the body. You may feel it all along the outside of the leg. The arms become too intense, find a softening in the arms, a little bend in the elbows. You can either lower the right knee down onto the ground or step the left foot straight back into down dog and release the leg down. From downward facing dog, lift your right leg back and up. Exhale, take the knee towards the nose, round the back like cat pose. Press the leg back and up again, and step the right foot down between the hands. You can always step the left knee down first and then bring the right foot forwards. From here, bring the hands up onto the hips. Find a nice crescent lunge. Float the arms overhead and bend your back leg. You may bring the hands to the hips at any point. Bend your back leg just before it touches the ground and lift back up. Breathing in and out. Stay with your breath. 2 more times. Finding your gazing point. Now stay in crescent lunge. Try to lift the belly away from the thigh and straighten the back leg as you descend the front thigh a little bit deeper. Let's bring the hands to the hips now. We'll hinge forwards, moving towards airplane pose. Little steps, balancing on the right leg. Continue to find balance in the sacrum. Bend your left knee towards your right knee without putting the left foot down, and then straighten it back once again. You can add the arms. Exhaling and inhaling. You're going to feel a bit of heat in the right glute now. So focus on the breath. 2 more. You got this. Last one. From airplane pose, return the foot down to the mat. Lift the arms up and overhead and release the hands down. Step the right foot back behind you into your down dog. Give yourself a moment to feel the muscles in the right side of the body. Feel your strength and your patience. We'll move to the second side. So lift the left leg back and up. Inner thigh lifts the leg. Knee comes towards the nose. Round the back 1 time. Press it back. And we'll come into a crescent lunge. Left foot comes down between the hands. Find your balance as you lift up. You can keep the hands on the hips or reach them up and overhead. Exhale, tap the knee just before the earth and lift back up. Try to slow down when you feel your body wanting to speed up. We strengthen the muscles, and then we'll stretch them. Now prepare yourself to shift forwards. Bring the hands to the hips. Little steps first. Find your balance. Airplane pose. Watch the arm bones. Exhale, knees towards each other. Inhale, airplane. You only have 5 to do. And if 5 is too much, start with 3. Start from where you are each day. Listen to the breath. Last one. You may even feel it down in the foot, muscles in the feet becoming stronger. Lift the arms up, crescent lunge. Exhale, release the hands down. Downward facing dog. Begin to lift the right leg back and up. Step the right foot between the hands. Step the back foot in a few inches. I like to use my blocks here. Turn your back foot out, line your heels up into Parsvottanasana. Rise up onto the fingers. Again, we check our sacrum and turn the body ever so gently towards the right. Over time, you'll line the center of the chest, the sternum, up with your front thigh. Exhale, fold forwards. Engage both of your legs. Lift the kneecaps on both legs. I know that the right leg may feel a little intense. One more time. We're going to add a variation here. From here, you can lift your toes up off the ground, so only the heel is touching. And from there, you can fold forwards once again. If it's too intense, a little bend in the front leg. Lift the sitting bones here. In this posture, try to tip the pelvis forward slightly, just as you do for cow pose. Press the back heel down and towards the left. Spread your toes. Soften in the back of the leg, finding an inward gaze, a focal point, practicing this deep concentration on our mat, preparing us for when we step off of our mat. Rise up. Now shift forwards. Find your balance again on your right leg. For this next posture, if you're in your home, feel free to go find a wall space or a chair to hold on to. If it's too intense, you can find a seated position on the floor and do the same pose. We'll take the right leg, lifting it up from the navel, externally rotating it and flexing the foot, bending the left knee into half chair pose. Draw the arm bones back, reach the chest forwards. And as you do this, once again, tip the pelvis. You can fold forwards as far as you are able to balance and breathe comfortably. If you feel off balance, hold on to the wall, the chair. This is a great pose to do in a seated position at your desk. In your chair, you can cross your right leg over. You see it's the same position. Lift up slowly. Find your balance on both feet. Separate your feet about hips distance apart and bend both your knees into Utkatasana, chair pose. Bring your arms forwards. See if you can bring them right in line with the ears and sit down a little bit deeper. Gaze down at your knees, send your knees back, spread your toes. When you feel like you want to exit the pose, try to stay in a little bit longer, as long as there's no pain. Find your breath, your focus. Inhale, rise, squeeze the glutes, and exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, our arms will reach up and overhead. Exhale, fold forwards down to the ground. Inhale, half lift. Moving to second side, Parsvottanasana, step your right foot back. Find your balance, lift up halfway. Turn the sternum slightly to the left. Pull your left hip crease back and your right hip forwards as you exhale and fold. Inhale. Spreading the toes, rooting through the soles of the feet, feeling your foundation beneath you. Give yourself permission to release and let go of any fears that you're holding on to. Concentrated mind, allowing you to stay present. Perhaps lift the left toes. Press the left heel down and fold once again. Find that place where you're right on the edge, where it's just right. Not too much, not too little, just right in between. Rise up halfway, shift forwards once again. Find your balance. Bring your hands to your hips and step your feet together. As you're balanced on 2 feet, begin to lift your left knee upwards. Cross it over, externally rotate, flex your toes, set it down ever so gently, and bend your right knee. Try to sit your sitting bones back. Keep your chest forwards, your shoulders back. Over time, you can fold a little bit deeper into the pose. Pay attention to your right knee. Try to keep your right knee over the ankle, just as you did in chair pose. Inhale, come up slowly. With control and focus, set your left foot down. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, float both arms overhead. Exhale and fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. And we'll move back to downward facing dog. Left foot and right foot can step back. Breathe in down dog for 5 long, deep breaths. Press your inner thighs back. Press down and forwards. Soften the head. Let your ears come in line with the shoulders. Focus on the belly, drawing upwards and inwards on the exhalation. Bring the knees down nice and wide, big toes to touch. Coming into child's pose, forehead meets the earth. From child's pose, bring the hands under the shoulders and lift up. Roll up slowly. Turn the palms to face up. With the eyes closed. Take a few breaths into your whole body. Receive your new energy. Receive your strength and your focus. Let the eyes start to open and move the legs to the front so you're sitting on your bottom. Ardha Matsyendrasana. Bring the legs down in front of you. Take the hands under the sitting bones and pull the flesh back. Let's begin on the right leg. First, bring the right foot to the earth, interlace the fingers right below the kneecap, and try to lengthen the spine. This is a great place to put a small towel underneath you to tip the pelvis forwards. You can cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Bring the hand back behind you. Wrap the arm and hold the front thigh. Exhale, turn towards the right, and as you do that, push the right hand down and forwards. So we're lengthening and extending the spine. As we exhale, we turn. Turning the gaze towards the right shoulder. Without cranking the spine around. Deepen the twist by drawing the navel into the spine. Release back to the second side, open to the other side, and come back to center. Stretch the arms up and overhead, and release the arms down by your sides. From here, we'll move to the second side. Take the left leg, bring it over the top, interlace the fingers right beneath the kneecap, begin to straighten and stretch the spine. Engage the right leg and wrap the right arm or cradle the right arm around the left thigh. Take a breath and breathe. This might be where you need to go. There's no need to twist any further. Bring the left hand behind. Notice that I'm not on my knuckles, but on my fingers or the palm of my hand. Push the spine forwards and upwards. Exhale, begin to twist into the pose. Begin to twist into the pose as you breathe out. Draw the belly in. Turn the gaze towards your left shoulder and downwards. Come back to center. Turn the opposite direction to release internally the blood, the organs. Stretch the legs out in front, reach the arms overhead. And slowly roll down onto your back, one vertebrae at a time. Now, if you have a scarf or a strap nearby, you can use that. Bring your right knee into the chest. Bring your hands behind the hamstring or place a strap around the bottom of the right foot and start to press the right foot up towards the sky. Just as you did in Parsvottanasana, move the right hip forwards and press the left hip down, left inner thigh down, left heel down. If it's too much, bend the knee slightly and continue to drop back. Nice stretch for the hamstrings. Release the leg gently, bend the right knee, take the left hand to the outside of the right thigh and bring it across the body, ever so gently. You can look towards the right hand or up towards the sky. Come back to center, and we'll shift to the second side. Bring the left knee into the chest. Interlace the hands under the hamstring. Press the left foot up. Press the right heel down. Move the left hip forwards. Press the right hip down. 3 breaths. If you have tight hamstrings, stretching the hamstrings each day is really what you need to do to really make some space in the legs. It will also help the low back immensely. Bend the leg, take the right hand to the outside of the left thigh, bring it across the body. And again, you can look the opposite direction if it feels good. It's also nice to find a prop, like a block or a pillow, and put it underneath the inside of your your left knee. You can breathe out through the mouth. Bring it back to center. Bring the knees back into the chest just as we began. Massage the low back a little bit from right to left. And from here, we'll take the feet down to the ground, slide the feet away from you, turn the palms to face up, let your eyes close, and finish your practice today with a few minutes of Shavasana. As always, if you have a longer time frame, I will link a longer Shavasana right here and in the description below. Now close your eyes. Feel your hands and your feet touching the ground, your head and your spine. And find your focal point. Right away, move your gaze right between the lungs, down into your heart space, Anahata, the energy center of the heart. Picture a small flame, a small light, and gaze into that light. As you breathe in, you see the flame get slightly larger. And as you breathe out, it gently dims. Breathing in and breathing out. Let the breath fade off into the distance now. And rest. Any thoughts that come into the mind, let them drift past. You have the strength to let them float by. From here, you can start to move your fingers and your toes once you hear my voice. You can move your head a bit from left to right and stretch the arms overhead. Roll on to your right or your left side. Come into a fetal position. Cover your eyes. Set yourself an intention for when you leave your mat today. An intention of staying focused. Notice when your mind starts to drift into the future. Your mind starts to worry of the unknown. Or when the mind starts to float back into the past. beginning to stress over past experiences. Pull it back to the present moment through the power of your breath, through the power of having a focal point. Use the hands, push yourself up, slow and steady. Make your way into an easy seat. Bring the hands onto the knees. Take a few breaths to close your practice. Notice the top of the breath and the bottom of the exhalation. Feel the ease and peace in the present moment. You have the tools and you have the strength to help you on your journey through your day in your life. Our hands come together into Anjali Mudra. Take a breath and honor yourself. Give thanks for your practice. We can bow our heads to all beings. Namaste. Thank you for joining the practice today. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Have a beautiful day.